Hi Virgo, thank you for joining me. I'm Ruby and welcome to Ruby Reads Tarot. Welcome to the first of 4 elemental readings for you. Today we're doing the element of air. Now this is a lot to do with your thinking, how you've been feeling, your communications even, what it is that you could do in order to move forward in your situation, and just really looking at where you're at. And I think May so far may have been a bit of a learning curve for you. I think it's definitely been an important season for you to get back into your own element, which is the element of earth. Get quite grounded and get quite practical in the better management of your energy, where it is that you can go moving forward. And I think the purpose of this reading really is just to see where you're at in your head. See if there is anything the cards want to give us in terms of how we can better manage our energy, how we might have been seeing things, and if there is a better way for us to do so. Now, I'm not going to take those cards. This card did, however, come flying out, and it was the 9 of Pentacles. I think, Virgo, you've been, as this month has progressed, you've been feeling a lot better about yourself. Once you start feeling better about yourself, your finances do come about, and abundance does make its way. And that's an inevitable part of the process. Fire, energy, Knight of Wands. I think how you're rushing towards your financial independence is really saying a lot about your state of mind at the moment. I think, Virgo, you are really heavily focusing on your independence, what it is that you have to do to get your money matters in balance, and how a lot of that does have to do with the dynamic pragmatism that you need to wear as an identity almost. I mean, this is the conditioning that you need to give yourself, the energy that you need to boost within yourself. Knight of Wands is definitely someone with a lot of energy, a lot of gusto, and a lot of charge. 9 of Pentacles, since you know what the end game is, you know what the end result is, the only thing I think here is how are you converting this 9 of Wands energy into your own energy. Today was the Scorpio full moon, and it has been a full moon of being really quite assertive with our energy. I think it's an energy of being quite tired also, and I think with this Knight of Wands here, it is, I think, a reassuring thing, kind of letting us know that the energy that we need will come through. It is just a matter of aligning our hopes, wishes, and dreams with what we bring to the material realm, what it is that we're doing to make sure that we are carrying our enthusiasm through into our work, through into our mentality, through into our everyday being. Now, full moon in Scorpio, Mercury enters Taurus soon, Saturn retrograde in Capricorn, we've got Venus retrograde, we've got Jupiter retrograde, we had Saturn Pluto go retrograde also. This is a lot of clearing up energies, and it can feel, I don't think this is a energy of feeling tired. I think these retrogrades, if anything, are going to charge you up. If you are maintaining your focus, if you are maintaining your truth. I've got the Ace of Swords here. Now, we're talking about maintaining this energy. I feel like there's a lot of cutting ties, cutting loose ends, cutting things that aren't really resonating or working for you. I think there really is an element of getting to the truth of the matter and being quite proactive and being really quite forceful in direction of change. And I think what you really want is that change, Virgo, and the only way that you can go about it is by activating your throat chakra, releasing some blockages and actively saying, right, I release this blockage, I release this, I release that, etc. But you need to speak. There might be some confrontations that might be a little bit fiery, but in order for you to get to this freedom that you seek, you've got to speak. You've got to get your voice, you've got to get your mind right, you've got to get your message right. And I think you need to use this period of these retrogrades to really focus on what it is that you're trying to say and align your truth with your throat chakra and actually get the courage to actually say it. Knight of Wands, courageous. I've got here the Emperor card, courageous. You've been asked to really embody this Emperor energy. The other card that came out was Queen of Cups, but we'll get into that in a moment. The Emperor energy. I want you to think of this as, you know, really being in charge. I want you to think of this as really owning who you are, really mastering your energy, really being assertive with what you want and accepting very little to nothing else, basically. Queen of Cups. You kind of need to fall in love with yourself a little bit. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy could be the energy of this full moon, but there needs to be an emotive resonance to this Nine of Pentacles. Yes, there needs to be an authoritative approach to it, also with the Emperor card, but with the Queen of Cups, you need to really be able to be a little bit kinder to yourself. And I feel like a lot of us need to take care of our emotional well-being a lot more. Really listen to our inner child, doing some inner child healing work. I want you to spend some time by water, by a body of water, because the patterns of the waves really do help reset our mind. I'm not going to take those. They seem a bit premature. But yeah, there's a call for you, Virgo. Sorry if I'm low energy today. This full moon is really taking it out of me. There is a call for you, Virgo, to get quite... Moon card. Really illuminate a few things about yourself. Maybe things where you've been holding yourself back. Maybe where you have not been taking more charge of yourself where you should have. Either way, this full moon brings about some information that you weren't necessarily expecting. Something that may have had you Two of Pentacles in a cyclical pattern, in a cyclical routine. Thing that may have felt like a bit of a hamster wheel going round and round and round and round. Could it be in the hopes of a relationship that you thought would work out, the amount of effort that you keep trying or pouring into something, but I think it's really just going to be you being stuck in a distraction. This could also be the work that you continually put in towards a partnership or an alliance. This can work out in two ways. Either the work that you keep putting in with, you know, it is quite a detriment to your energy, could eventually work out. But it is always going to be Two of Pentacles. It's always going to be a lot of hard work. It's always going to feel quite cyclical, and it's always going to feel like it's a never-ending effort. And if you're quite happy to be stuck in a place of a loop like this, then, you know, you'll get there eventually. I just think the Ace of Swords here. Use this energy of the moon. Use this Scorpio moon intuitive energy. The Scorpio moon emotive energy to find your voice, Virgo. The Emperor card. You've got to be a lot more assertive with your energy. This could be in regards to an Aries. It doesn't need to be. You need to speak, but I think before you speak, get really quite clear on what it is that you want to say. Three of Cups. Could be in regards to groups. You could be cutting off a group. You could be cutting off somebody who perhaps was indulging in a third-party situation. Very likely. I have a feeling here, Virgo. Some of you have been trying really hard towards a partnership. One in which there has been infidelity. You're being asked to cut that off. Because if you don't, the pattern's going to keep repeating itself, and it's only going to diminish you. I don't think, Virgo, that you are willing to accept anything less than this Nine of Pentacles. And I think once you cut off a lot of distractions, once you really take the time and charge yourself with this full moon energy to really fall in love with yourself again and be quite assertive with that Emperor energy, you manage to really charge towards this financial independence or even this declaration of independence that you are desperately seeking for. Just don't get distracted, because if you're being kept at your own detriment in a cycle, in a loop where somebody else is perhaps taking from you or cheating on you, You've got to use your voice. You've got to step into your power. You've got to cut it off. There's got to be things that you're cutting off now, Virgo. Queen of Wands could potentially be a fire sign. Could be a Scorpio, a Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't need to be somebody who does conduct themselves from quite a fiery disposition. 2 queens here. I almost think this might be the energy that you need to embody right now, Virgo. Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands. You're being asked to be quite courageous, and you're being asked to show a lot of self-love, and you're being asked to really put a lot of nonsense to one side, and you're kind of being asked to pull yourself out of a repetitive cyclical cycle, Virgo. Don't fall for false hope, somebody else giving you false hope, somebody else like dangling. It's like dangling a carrot in front of a donkey, you know, but the destination is never going to quite, you're never going to quite make it there. And I feel like somebody's giving you promises, but actually giving you very little. Promising you the world, but actually showing very little for it. And I think their whole aim here is to keep you stuck. And I think you're already aware of the indiscretions that's been going on. And I feel like your voice of reason comes with this Ace of Swords. You've got to reason with yourself a little bit, Virgo. Do you really want to do this for the rest of your life? Is this what you want your life to be about? Chasing after somebody else who quite clearly is chasing after everybody else. How did Virgo find themselves in this cycle? I know. Maybe they weren't dedicating enough love and emotion and attention to themselves. Virgo. Get in tune with this full moon. 2 of Cups. Okay, Virgo. Get in tune with this full moon. Your attention needs to go away from something that's been quite toxic. And quite frankly, it's not going to ever get to where you want it to get to, because I feel like there's a lot of deception behind it. This full moon might illuminate a lot of that. You've kind of got to get your mind around this 2 of Cups. I think you're manifesting a soulmate relationship. It could be with just, if you're a female Virgo, it could be with this Emperor type. If you're a male Virgo, could be with this Queen of Wands type. Apply the gender roles however you want to. Make it fit however best suits you. But what I'm saying is, this full moon helps you manifest the love that you're seeking and the financial independence that you're seeking. You've just got to get quite honest and truthful to yourself. Get your mind right, get your voice right. I wouldn't say necessarily act on it just yet. This full moon is asking you to maybe fill up your own cup a little bit. Get that tenacity within yourself going. Get the fire in your belly going. Because you have the possibility of really manifesting true love. Now, if you are really looking to manifest this twin union, I would say there's an element of really connecting with yourself first. There's an element of getting independently on top of your game first. Being the Emperor first. I really think that this is the message here for you guys. You've got to own your energy a lot better. You've really got to take charge of this persona, this person that you see yourself being, and actively take steps in the direction of being that person. Knight of Wands, I feel like you're going to get a whole bunch of energy. A fiery boost of energy. Queen of Cups. You got to love on yourself really hard right now, Virgo. 2 of Cups. The potential of pulling in a soulmate. It's right here. It's in your energy. Let's go to the Psychic Tarot deck. Actually, no. I want to... Yeah, okay. Let's go to the Psychic Tarot deck. So if I'm telling you for this air element reading, Virgo, the Ace of Swords is asking you to work on your truth and get prepared to cut off whatever you need to cut off. I would say you need to bear in mind and visualize and put your 9 of Pentacles right at the forefront of your mind. The more energy you give away to, oh wow. Material and spiritual prosperity. I don't know if you can see that or not. 9 of Pentacles, material and spiritual prosperity. Your manifestation power is really strong right now. And another word for another way of saying law of attraction for me was always your pulling power. What you can pull into your energy field. Literally just like that. Like going out on the pull. What can you pull? And if you're not in your confidence, if you're not believing in yourself, if you're not having the Queen of Cups, self-love for herself, Queen of Wands, again, a lot of self-love for herself, but the tenacious dynamicness of the Queen of Wands, if you're not coming from a place of power, you're kind of going to miss the trick. And I think you're being distracted, or you have been distracted, so much so to the point where it's diminished you. From the 9 of Pentacles, it's sort of keeping you in this 2 of Pentacles, very like poverty conscious place. Material and spiritual prosperity. For me, that means it'll all happen for you, Virgo. But you need to fill in the blanks. Spiritual prosperity, meditation, exercise, healthy eating, keeping your mind right, keeping your nose out of other people's business, keeping your mouth out of gossip, or keeping gossip out of your mouth. And focusing on a very true and authentic feeling. Authentic feeling of connecting with the moon, of connecting with your truth, of connecting with yourself. Deception and envy, there we go. And base chakra. So I think you guys do need to start at your root chakra. You probably need to go all the way down to your root chakra and start from there and really get firm in yourself and in your intentions and what it is that you wish to do. For the month of May, it is Taurus season. We have all these retrogrades happening at the moment. This is solid manifestation energy. The veil is super thin right now. And you can use this energy to waste your time with deception and envy, or being part of a cycle or a loop that is distracting you. Envy, being envious of other people, never did you any good. Being deceptive is bad energy. It's bad karma. Like attracts like. Be very mindful of yourself. Get quite grounded and get quite rooted. Go outside. Spend time with nature. Spend time with nature. Spend time with this full moon. You need a revival of your energy, and I feel like the time might not be right now, but once you get an opportunity, you'll get to speak your truth. The only thing is here, you need to collect what it is exactly that you're trying to say. Because I feel like this opponent might be one that is operating from a place of deception and envy, and to bamboozle you and throw you off track and keep you very small while they're out here doing whatever the hell they want. Like promising you the world and really delivering nothing else. Wisdom card, you've really got to use your smarts, Virgo. You've really got to get into your root chakra. Trapped in fear, here we go. You need to, okay, this trapped in fear thing, this needs to be worked on, and the only way that you can truly work on it is if you get into your base chakra, because that's where we create our weight. It's where we root ourselves, right? Do some base chakra meditation. Work on your fear. Fear is a demon, and it is the worst place to be in because it will suck your life dry of any abundance or any good that is on its way to you. You've got to be really in love with yourself right now, and I don't want you to get arrogant or cocky, but there's a healthy way of doing it too. So please revert to the most healthiest way of self-love, which is nurturing yourself, which is taking care of yourself, which is babying yourself and loving yourself. Loving yourself enough to get away from deception and envy. Getting away from people that are keeping you on a cyclical route to hell. Your wisdom. Things that you know work for you. Things that you know will keep your energy good. Things that will keep you outside of fear, which will immobilize you, Virgo. Do not let yourself be immobilized. Have I got anything else? No, let's put this down. I want to go to the Goddess cards. That was pretty clear. Golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. That is Goddess Yamana, golden opportunity. Pile, divine passion. Be honest with yourself. What's your heart's true desire? Inner goddess Aphrodite. Awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. That's exactly what I was saying. You will need to really just take a moment and nurture yourself quite a lot. And I think in May's reading I was saying this too. Hermiting will need to come at the expense of you wasting your time and distracting yourself with insignificant things. Too much on the phone, too much in other people's business, not enough time focusing on yourself. It takes away from your time to really understand what is exactly going on in your head at the moment. And once you're in your head about what you really want, the next thing is, you know, getting grounded and rooted enough to actually making it happen. I think this is definitely a time where the veil is quite thin and the doors really are open. And if you choose to use this energy to manifest what your heart's true desires are, I don't think anything's going to stop you at the moment, Virgo. Just don't let yourself be distracted. Focus on keeping your mind quite clear. Okay? Accumulate exactly what you're going to say, because there will be coming a point this season where you've got to speak your truth. And whoever this boogeyman is, if you're really grounded in your truth, if you're really grounded in yourself, nothing can shake you. Okay, Virgo? Thank you for joining me. Sorry if my energy was a bit low today. This full moon really does take it out of me, and I am fasting too. Thank you for joining. If you'd like to book a reading, visit Rubyreadstarot.com. All donations to the channel are greatly appreciated. They do mean that I can carry on doing this, and I think with this time, it would be a great support. So I'd appreciate it. Take care, guys, and I shall catch you in the next video, which will be the Earth video. East for Earth, yeah? See you then.